friends. Hope you're doing well. So, the year is almost over. It is December 19th, which means it's almost Christmas, which is fun. I still have a couple last minute gifts to buy for brothers. Brothers are all I got left. And mom. But I know what I'm going to get them, so it's kind of more just like a matter of like going to the store to get it. Also, I guess I got to get girlfriend's parents something, but we know we're getting them too. So, anyway, the year's almost over. The goals basically are written in the books. And I had this big idea. I was like gonna blast off and charge to try to get a third goal done, and that's definitely not happening. But I'm just kind of playing out the rest of the year, just enjoying myself. I played 2 games of Warhammer today. I'm gonna play some more games tomorrow, and I'm just vibing because all my work is almost done. I've got 1 photo shoot to edit and 1 video to edit for clients, and then after that I am free as a bird, probably through I think I actually have like a photo shoot the first week of July, or January, sorry, second week of January. So I got a week off in that first week of January, and I'm gonna hit the ground running with my goals. And I hope you're gonna plan some goals. If you watch this channel on a regular basis and you don't plan goals, what do I have to do to get you in the game? Is that a Joker reference from the good Joker, from the Heath Ledger Joker? But yeah, start the goals. Get the goals. I want to talk about goals. I love setting goals. Goals are fun. And I saw a meme that was like taunting. It's like, I haven't heard anyone say that 2024 is gonna be my year. Come at me, 2024. I got your number. ASMR bully is coming back. So, anyway, I'm thinking about like strategies, like how do I attack my goals, how do I go after my goals in 2024, and I'm just trying to think of like some things I could do that don't require grand heroic gestures, because I feel like so often in my life I'm left I don't know if it's like ADHD or autism or some brand of neurodivergence that I almost assuredly have. At this point, it's kind of just like you look at the memes and you're just like, oh, these can't all be me. Anyway, but I just feel it's like heroic effort after heroic effort, and that has been my whole life of like last minute need that adrenaline to just do it all at once. And more often than not, I pull it out, but oftentimes it's not as good as it could have been. So it's like, okay, how do I get those small little daily wins and accumulate a mass victory for the year through the little bits? And it's like, okay, strategize. Atomic Habits, James Clear. If you haven't read that book, it's amazing. But yeah, I'm looking at my goals. I moved a couple around for 2024. Just a couple small changes, but they're mostly the same. So I'm gonna pull them up. Let's talk about strategies. So, the goals. Next year, ride 2,460 miles on bikes. That was the goal this year. I got 1,037 at this point. So, less than half of what I want to be. And I think the problem there was that I just didn't get on the bike every day. So I think that's gonna kind of try to be something I try to do, is like get on the bike when I wake up and try to get like at least a mile or 2 in. Because like that takes like 5 minutes. Like if you're pedaling at like the slowest pace, like 5 minutes. So it's like there's no reason I can't get up 5 minutes earlier. Most of the time I just sit on Reddit for like 10 or 15 minutes. Like I could do that on the bike. Boom. No social media in the morning unless you're on the bike. Just cross that one off. Boom. Done. Probably get fucking 5 miles a day out of that. Because some days I just lay in bed and I'm just out. Another goal. I do these things called cluster goals where I I reverse engineering, like I want to be better at hockey. That's the goal. And it's like, okay, how do I do that? And it's like, okay, boom, 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 boom. And so that's a cluster goal, and I could do more of one thing, less of another, and it still balances out to be probably get where you were trying to get. Anyway, so I was calling it functional training. Now I'm just calling it hockey training. So that's like stick handling and shooting and going to play hockey, and then also like doing doing hockey-specific workouts. So that's all wrapped in there. And that's just something I naturally do. So I shouldn't have too hard of a trouble with that one. The next one is a step goal, which that was a goal this year. That was a goal I almost got. I'm at like 90% completion. But it's not going to happen because there's like 15 days left. Less than that, I think. But that's okay. And really, it's just taking the dog for longer walks and getting up and walking around and doing more household stuff. But also, because I've been playing Warhammer, and Warhammer is a very standy-uppy game, I think I'll just be getting more steps from doing that, because you're standing the whole time you're playing the game. It's like 3-4 hours. You don't get a ton of steps. You're not walking around a bunch, but like, it's the difference between me sitting on the couch watching movies and me getting up, physically walking to the game store. I'm not walking to the game store, I'm driving to the game store, but I'm walking into the game store and standing and looking at stuff, the game store, looking at other games, being a dork, being a nerd. Come play Warhammer with me if you live in Nebraska. Anyway, move 3.5 million pounds kettlebells. That one is just pick up the weight. There's no easy win for that one. I mean, I could pick up weights. I have weights kind of scattered about the apartment, and so like there'd be some strategizing with that. But really, it's just like pick them up. There's really nothing else I can do there. 200 hours of Warhammer time, that's just spend time playing the game. I love the game. That one should be easy to get. But I am prioritizing self-care, mental care, doing stuff, which I know, like, going to play Warhammer, going to buy more Warhammer, like, that's not gonna fix your mental state. It's more just the turning of, like, prioritize spending time removed from work and stressing about things. And Warhammer is such a complicated game that it grabs the entire. It's a lot like hockey, where it's like, if you want to be doing this at even like a functional level, like it takes your entire focus. You can't think about other things, and so it does a very good job of turning off that noise the second you get there, and you just put your phone on mute, and then you just play the game, and it's great. Pay down debt, make videos, market myself. Gotta make more money. I'm just looking at those. There's a YouTuber named Caleb Hammer who does these financial audits, and I keep watching him when I'm editing stuff, and I'm like, I am a lot like these people, and so it's really flipped some switches in my brain, and it's helped me a lot, but not enough. So I know I need to be making more money. I need to be saving more money, because I am behind on my retirement fund. I have some debt. I want to knock that out next year to the best of my ability, so I can get on a track to buy a house. Along that path, we have take and keep 50,000 photos this year. I'm gonna end somewhere north of 40,000, which is 80% completion. That's pretty good. 40,000 photos, if you think about it, in a year is so many photos. Like, if you printed them out and were just like, look, this is what you did this year. And like, that's not even it. Like, that doesn't even count all the video stuff you shot or worked on. It's like, that's so much content. Holy fuck. And then, of course, create 500 pieces of video content. This year I'm at like, I think this is 139 or 140, something like that. So, that is just getting back into doing daily ASMR, and I want to get back into doing no talking videos. I think I'm going to try to do like a once a week, at least, no talking video day. And I want to do, because I've been playing so much Warhammer, I've been getting like really into like how dice sound. Like, you can't make that hand gesture, but if you make it off screen, it's worse. That's more just like a rabble. I don't know, I think there's something. Get a cup. But I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna get the no talking. I have a whole box of stuff that's just like, this would be good for like sounds only ASMR, and and it's like, okay, a whole box, like a whole big, 10-gallon storage thing. And the White Noise channel with some friends, which that's gonna have some ASMR on it too. Eventually, right now we're just focusing on getting started. I'll leave a video description and the link. Link in the description. Those are the words. If you want to go check that out, and do me a huge favor and subscribe to that channel, because we need 1,000 subscribers so we can get paid. And there's 3 of us working on that, so getting paid faster would be great, because that's kind of attached to my production company business that I'm working on with 2 of my friends. And I've kind of told them about, the YouTube game, and we've been friends for, over a decade now. And so I remember when I started, I was like, YouTube's great, it's gonna be great. And they're like, and now it's like, okay, now I'm making some actual money, and they're like, okay. And then I was like, we should do this with our production company, and they're like, okay, because it moves me that much closer to what the pipe dream, which is just like making YouTube content for a living, which would be awesome. And I think there's so many long tails that are out there that, like, if you could hit with like 2 or 3 of them, which there's 3 of us, we do production, and we could hire some freelancers to kind of help facilitate things. It's like that would be ideal for all of us. We're just making content and making money, and then we can get our wives in on it. My girlfriend, she's gonna be my wife. Don't tell her, she's not watching this. Babe, if you're watching this, you didn't hear that. So yeah, and then I'm also like thinking about like a good Warhammer channel. I kind of started one, and I haven't really been putting a lot of effort into it, but a lot of the idealized Warhammer channels that don't have very good production value get good numbers. And I'm like, this is my hyperfixation right now. I could talk about this stuff all day. Like, I could talk about Warhammer all day, and I have so many ideas for videos, and I'm like just learning. So like, coming from a fresh perspective of like, this is how this works, I think that could be great. So anyway, there's just a lot of thoughts in my head, and yeah, I wanted to make a video to kind of just untangle the spaghetti, because I miss doing that again. But now I'm like, I'm almost done with all my work, because I've been trapped in like survival mode for the last like 4 months of just like being crushed into the ground with having so many edits. Like at one point I had like 20,000 photos to do, like to edit through, and it's just like, and it's just like, my whole brain was just off, and it's just like, it's very much that cartoon of like, this is fine, and you're just a boiling frog of like, you just get used to like being stuck in that mode for so long that when you're out of it, you're just like, that was traumatizing, I should never do that again. And so I'm gonna work really hard to not let myself get into those positions again, where it's like just constantly getting hammered into the ground. And I've taken some steps. I've adopted some new workflow habits that should speed up my photo editing even faster. And obviously thinking about with our video production business, like, we really need to hire an editor. And what's great is we have so many friends that do it, that we could just bring on another friend or any number of our friends on just kind of like an as-needed basis. And I think that will go a long way to helping with our mental stability and the sustainability of the company as a whole, because the other 2 guys have day jobs and I'm full-time freelance, but like, that doesn't mean I have full-time to work on the business, and because I have my own stuff to do. And we're kind of keeping things separated for now. We'll see if that changes. But anyway, yeah, that is the biz. So, anyway, that's all I got today. I hope you're working on goals. I hope this spurred something of like goals. I could do goals. I could do something for 15 minutes a day. Because if you do something for 15 minutes a day, that's like 100 hours at the end of the year. Like, that's so much. Like, you could think of like, you could get so good at something with 100 hours. 100 hours of practice, like, it doesn't seem like much, and it does seem like a shitload at the same time. Like, 100 hours doesn't seem like a lot if you think about like 15 minutes a day. Like, if you put 15 minutes a day into like any skill, like, you'd get pretty fucking good at it. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, you'd get pretty fucking good, at least relative to where you are. So it's like, if you think about like something that's related to your career field, if you work in an office and you learn how to do Excel for 15 minutes a day, you'd have a fucking crazy like ability to Excel. If you did PowerPoint 15 minutes a day, if you Canva for 15 minutes a day, like if you learn to write better emails, if you even just did cold calling, like networking, outreach for 15 minutes a day, like meeting people for coffee, like twice a week for 30 minutes, like your life would be on a completely different fucking trajectory. Like, so think about those things and think about like, what are these little things you could do, you know, every day for a couple minutes or once or twice a week that could make huge impacts on your life by the end of the year. Let us end 2024 in a completely different fucking place, looking back on this video and being like, remember when we fucking sat down because we were freaking out on the couch because we watched another one of those Caleb Hammer videos and we're like, fuck, I'm way behind on my fucking retirement too. That doesn't have to be us. Let's change our stars, you know? Fucking Knight's Tale. Have you seen that one? That's a good Heath Ledger movie. Go watch that one. If you're not gonna set a goal, go watch that at least. It's a great movie. Change stars, boys and girls and in-betweens, non-binaries, hand gestures. I hope that's not offensive. I don't mean that to be offensive, but I thought it was funny. Because it's just like, see, now I'm like, oh, now I'm overthinking it. But it's inclusive. Everybody, you are welcome to change your stars. Come change your stars with me. I don't care. I love you. I want you to make your situation better. However that could look. Let's fucking do it. Let's go. You know, like the fucking frat boys say when they're gonna buy Call of Duty or Fortnite or whatever it is they do these days. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you're doing well, and if not, well, I hope that turns around for you, and we're gonna manifest destiny, motherfuckers. Let's do it. Let's kick 2024 in the teeth and set some goals, bitches.